Hi Geminis, Tiger Empress here with another video. For today's reading is going to be characteristics of your spouse. So it's going to be characteristics positive and negative, and then we're going to pick up on some energy from them with chakra, with colors, pick up on the vibe, probably get some more insight on the characteristics that's pulled. So this reading is for you, Gemini. Keep in mind it's a general reading. Thank you for clicking on this video. Please like and subscribe. Give me some characteristics. For Gemini's spouse. Characteristics of Gemini spouse. Characteristics of Gemini's spouse. Okay. So first card we have is Overachiever. So Gemini, whatever career or whatever job that your spouse has, Gemini, you're going to be an overachiever at, so they're going to give it all. For some of you, I'm picking up, they might be managers, Geminis, for some of you. So they might manage over people. Yeah, that's what I'm picking up. Might be managers of some sort. Then the next one we have Phil Collins. Unembarrassed by obvious pleasures at home and themselves, absent of pretension. In the air tonight and take me home might almost be masterpieces. What I feel like with Phil Collins is saying they're unembarrassed to express their feelings. Or that feels, and that leads into the card androgynous. So for some of you, I'm hearing gender fluid. So for some of your spouses may be gender fluid, going with the flow, not accepting of all and who they love. Yeah. So for some of you, your spouse, Gemini, may be androgynous. Interesting. And that makes me feel like where the Phil Collins is, they're unapologetic of their feelings. For some of you, Gemini, school perfect material. So they're level-headed in a crisis, neat, sensible, excellent at organizing picnics. So yeah, I feel like I said, level-headed in a crisis. For some of you, your spouse may I keep spouse, for some of you, your spouse may be a firefighter or a police officer. For some of you, Gemini. Yeah, the negative to this is your spouse may be a kiss ass Gemini. So book shy. They're not going to be into reading, Gemini. That's not going to be their thing. Yeah, for some of you, Gemini, if you're into literature, poetry, your spouse is not going to be into that. You can read them off poetry and reference a book, and they're going to look at you like, what? And then you can go into detail about it, and they're going to be like, who's that? Like, what? I'm feeling one more. So let's see some characteristics. Oh, okay. 2. So, okay, so I said for some of you, spouse may be a firefighter or a police officer, but it says suspicious of authority. But I also feel like it says frank, they're not going about it anyway. So I think they just have problem with authority, period. So so if they are a firefighter and a police officer, it's not that they are scared of police or anything of that. They just don't want to answer to anybody. They're hard-headed is what I'm hearing, Gemini. They're hard-headed. They don't like to be told what to do. That's what it is. They don't like to be told what to do. So that's one of your characteristics, Gemini. They don't like to be told what to do. Your spouse doesn't like to be told what to do, period. Very poor parents. So I'm picking up that for some of you, Gemini, your spouse, defined feminine or masculine, had a really tough childhood. So they had to grow up quickly because of circumstances, whether or not. So I'm picking up, yeah, very poor parents. So their parents may not have very good parenting skills. Maybe they were in an environment of poverty, and for some, it was a poverty because their parents weren't doing what they needed to do, and was creating and continuing to have this poverty in the household. For some, your spouse may feel like it was poor parenting because this parent, because some of my feelings a single household, they were always working because they were trying to put food on the table, but they weren't providing nurturing or comfort in that way. Like, they were giving you things, but they weren't nurturing you. Well, they weren't nurturing your spouse, I'm sorry. They weren't nurturing your spouse. So yeah, it's a token. So for some of your spouses, they did have the basic needs met, but they didn't feel like their parent was nurturing them. They weren't nurturing them or giving them, that quality time and affection. And then for some of you, your spouse, Gemini, really did come from real humble beginnings, and their parents weren't doing anything to level up or try to give your spouse or their siblings a better life. So because of this, they have a high capacity for gratitude, but have learned resilience and grit, of course, because they had to grow up before they were supposed to. The negative thing, because of this, they're offended by anyone perceived to have privileges that they didn't. So I'm feeling like I'm sorry, I'm trying to open your brain. They get a little bit upset when someone feels like I'm gonna keep it real. For some of you, they hate people hate people who tell other people that, hey, you had the upper hand, you had privileges because of this, that, and third. They get upset because, I didn't have privileges because, I grew up like this, or, this happened to me. There was no privilege going on at all. Yeah, that's for some of you, Gemini, your spouse. They get upset with that because they feel like, I don't want to get too political or anything. They feel like everybody had an even playing field because, life happens to everybody, no matter what setting or circumstances, if you get my drift. Yeah. Yeah, they feel like no one has privileges in life. So that's how, everybody has their own opinion. But that's how, for some of you Gemini, how your spouse thinks. Everybody has a right to their own opinion and how they think. So Gemini, let's pick up some energy on your spouse. Trying to pick up some energy on Gemini's spouse. Let's see. Let's pick up on some energies of Gemini's spouse. Let's see some energy. Ooh. Let's pick up on the energy of Gemini's spouse. Okay. So for some of you, we got the intuition, purple. That's that third eye crown chakra vibes. I feel like for some of you, your spouses does have intuition. They got that gut feeling. I'm picking up Gemini. For some of you, your spouse may be an empath, or they have that knowing. Yeah, I'm hearing that too. They have the knowing, or they're empath, whether or not they know or not. For some of you, your spouse may not even know what that is. They're gonna be like, oh, okay. But yeah. Or your spouse, Gemini, I think I feel like you and your spouse are gonna have good communication. Like, they're not gonna be scared to tell you what they do and do not want. Because like I said, they grew up before their time and they had to really fend for themselves for some times, and they know how to speak up for themselves. Then we have emotion. So we got throat chakra, third eye, crown, and then sacral orange. Yeah, I believe that's, yeah. So emotion. So I feel like for you, sometimes your spouse can get emotional. So that's one of their characteristics. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe. This is your reading, Gemini, with some characteristics of your spouse, life partner, or who you're going to marry. Thank you so much for watching my video. Have a great day or evening. Nothing but love and light. Bye.